Good day everyone, Simba here, and welcome back to a brand new League Racing video on the channel. And today this is round 3 of SLR for the Australian Grand Prix. And if you haven't seen the last video, go check it out. It was the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. The video's been up for quite a while, and if you have seen it, well, here are the championship standings from the last race. And as you can see, we are currently third, 14 points behind the championship leader, UK Beast Assassin, and that was a huge momentum boost for us. And in the constructors, we are fourth, and it's really tight between I think the first 5 teams, separated by 20 points, which is absolutely insane. So here we go. Going into this race, we were feeling pretty confident, but judging from other divisions, I've also commentated a race around here. This is bound to be a race of attrition, as we start the qualifying session on intermediate tyres. There wasn't many people attending this race for whatever reason, but we didn't really need to use a set of dry tyres to get through into Q2, and you can see there, the Alfa Romeos are 5th and 6th. TMG Alfie replaces Owen Howell as my teammate, as Owen Howell, he's in pursuit of other things, and I wish him the best for it. So good luck to you, mate, as we move into Q2. This is our second lap of the session. You can see we are way ahead of the Delta because we invalidated our first run. So this is just to get a time on the board and see where we stand compared to the rest as we come through the final corner, DRS open, and towards the line it is an 18.3 and we go P1. P1. C. And you can hear me once again cracking out the old C. But we move on to our final lap of the session with just under 2 minutes to go. And we have managed to find 2 tenths over the course of this lap as we come through the final corner. Looking to improve as we cross the line now. It is a 18-0. And that is us safely through into Q3. In hindsight, we didn't really need to do the second lap. But we'll just try to build ourselves towards Q3. So see where we stand. But it's clear that ETSR Jensen is a step ahead of the rest of the field, and it's going to be really difficult to beat him for pole position. So here we go, Q3, first run of the session, new soft tyres on the car as we go purple in the first sector, but we go a little bit wide, and the lap is over. Damn it. I don't know what that first sector was, but apparently it was purple. That is annoying. And you can hear my reaction to the invalidation. I was pretty annoyed at myself, but we're going to have to try and go again. We need to get a time on the board, and it will put a lot less pressure on us at the end of the session. So here we go. In a turn 3, though, we missed the apex by a good 5 years, and this lap is already on the ropes as we lose the back end as well, through turn 4 as well. So that is just awful. This lap is in the bin, and we're not going to make much of an impression to the rest of the field here as we cross the line. It's a 19-3, which is absolutely horrendous, and it's only good enough for P7, which is quite concerning because I feel like we do have the pace. And here we go on another fresh set of tyres with just under 3 minutes to go. We're going to try and see if we can find the time here. We really need a good lap, as it's only good enough for P7, but as we go through turn 1, it's an instant invalidation, which is absolutely horrendous. We're not having a clean session at all, and we have to go again, but thankfully we've got enough time to put in another lap. But we're currently P9 and we need a good lap, so let's see if we can find a way to respond here.
That's just 30 seconds left in the session.
So here we go, round the last corner. It's been a much better lap than it has been earlier in the session. As we cross the line, it is P4 with a 17.9.
That could be worse, to be honest. We'll take that. That's our best starting position this season. I'll take it.
And you can hear that I was actually quite satisfied with that lap. It was a bit safe because I knew we needed to get time on the board, but P4 is our best qualifying position so far this season. Qualifying has kind of been our Achilles heel so far in this SLR season, and I think it's good to finally get a good qualifying position. So we're going to go from mediums to hards. I did consider doing the opposite, but we're going to try the mediums as most people are on the medium tyres. And let's see what we could do from 4th on the grids. We've already got to 5 red lights for the Australian Grand Prix, and we are underway in Melbourne, and it's a very good start for us. We get past Liam, who's really dropping back there. As we go into turn 1, we try and challenge UK Beast Assassin, the championship leader, but we decide to stick behind him in P3, and it's a very good start for us. Normally our starts are either good, or they're either mid, or they're absolutely terrible, so it's good to have a very good start to the race. We managed to gain a place from where we started, but like I said earlier, this is a 29 lap race around the new modified circuit, and I have seen other leagues races, well, I've seen other races in this league in other divisions, because we're the last ones to race in Div 1, so we have to wait for everyone else to have a go, and it is going to be one of attrition. Keeping it clean is the order of the day, and we are not really making too many inroads. We're just slapped behind UK Beast Assassin as Jensen runs off into the distance, obviously. Lap 4, we've got DRS. DRS has been enabled around 2 laps ago, and we're going to see if we can challenge the McLaren going into turn 1, but we don't really have the straight line speed for that. But as we come through turn 2, we open DRS and use the overtake.
Nah, we're not fast enough in a straight line again. I don't want to use up too much ERS.
Well, there you go. Once again, we don't really have the straight line speed to challenge anyone on the DRS straights, so that's going to change our approach a little bit, because now instead of trying to attack UK Beast Assassin, we're going to try and stay within his DRS range and save our tyres, save our ERS, and just see if we can put him under some pressure as well, because I am definitely feeling at this stage, I'm feeling that the pace is pretty strong. So we've managed to pull a gap to Merckx and Riggsy behind us, so we can take our time here, but we're just going to try and put on as much pressure as we possibly can on the championship lead. As we go through turn 1 though, we get our first warning of the day.
That's a bit unfortunate, but it's a first warning.
And you can hear me say that it's a little bit unfortunate, but we just went over the yellow line just a little bit, and that's where you'll get warnings and penalties around this track, and it's very easy to do so as we come through turn 4, and as you can see there, UK Beast Assassin gets a 3-second time penalty. So I don't know if that's because we've been putting pressure on him or anything, but there you go. First penalty of the race, and it's only taken 8 laps, so it's very easy to get a penalty around here.
See, that's why my main tyres are like 30% gone already.
And you can also hear me say something about the tyres. The medium tyres go off quite quickly now, and as a result, 8 laps in, our tyres are nearly hitting the 30-40% range. As here we go, making a move on Beast Assassin down the inside in the turn 11, where we make a bit of contact, and we've been spun round, and there you go, we've reset to track, and we are going again, and that's the main thing, but that will be a key talking point after the race, so I will talk about afterwards. That's a key point in the race, but we are down to P5 now.
Ah, that is annoying.
And you can hear my initial reaction to the collision, because I was feeling like I was quicker than him, but unfortunately we didn't quite get the move done, and we're down to P5. But we carry on pushing. We've had our time to be angry about it, and now we have to prioritise staying behind Merckx and Riggsy, who I felt that we were quicker than those guys, but we'll just have to stay within their DRS range for now, as Alfie retires from the session, and we've got a safety car on lap 11, and now that has changed the course of this race.
It's unfortunate because we would have been, if we got the move done properly, we would have been second on the road, and we would have pitted, so But we've still got a chance to get back in this race. It's a long race. We've still got a good chance of getting something out of it. Still in it. Safety car's not even picked up the lead yet, so...
Speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
I mean, I could try a cheeky overtake, but it's not much point, is there? Just trying to get close up to him.
So you can hear me talking away there. We're not giving up just yet. There's still a long way to go. There's another 18 laps left, and anything can still happen in this race. So we're going to put on a set of the hard tyres, and this is going to be a very easy strategy to the end of the race, as we have a bit of a few pit lane shenanigans there with Mercs, as our car just stops and he manages to stay in front of us. But it's alright, it's fine. We haven't lost track position to Shut Metal behind us. And we are still P5 in this race. And you heard me in the background saying that we could still get Beast Assassin, because I'm looking for some payback after that. It was, I mean, let me know what you think in the comments below from that collision. I think it might have been a 50-50 split. It might have been my fault. But here we are, chilling behind the safety car. And unfortunately, my controller decides to die on me, and we've been put in a wall, and my controller has just died, and we have damaged our front wing behind the safety car, which is an absolute disaster, and we have lost all sorts of track position that we had earlier.
There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
Nah, my controller died. You've got to be kidding me, man. Are you serious?
And just like that, the entire race has been turned on its head. We are down to P12, I think, and we have to go back on the old set of mediums that we were on early in the race, and we have to pray that the safety car does not come in at the end of this lap.
Alright, we'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in this strategy.
Oh, this safety car better not end this lap. I'm going to be fuming. Please do not end on this lap.
And there you go. That is me hoping that the safety car does not come in at the end of this lap, so we can go back onto the set of hard tyres that were on earlier before the controller disconnected on me. So, yeah, not ideal at all. Smoke has a spin, and thankfully the safety car is not in, and we can go back onto the set of hard tyres, and we still might have a chance of scoring points in this race.
False alarm. We're okay. We can go back on hard, but that has ruined our race.
Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
And there you go. We are back on the hard tyres, which is good news. But the bad news is we are plumb last in P14. But we still have a chance to get into this race.
Back on the right tyres. Not over yet. We can still turn this around, I think.
And despite the whole trouble with the controller, I'm still pretty confident that we can turn this around and still get a good result, as we've got the safety car coming in at the end of lap 14. We're about to reach half distance in this race. We've got 15 laps to make up for that disconnected controller. We're underway, and Bennett has a spin already.
That's one. Let's go.
And just like that, the comeback is on, as we've already made a position by just keeping on the track, and that might be a recurring theme throughout the rest of this race as we're up into P13. And here we go. Let's see if we can put our pace to the test. We have to change our approach a little bit. We're going to have to try and be a little bit more aggressive, maybe, in order to make up places. But I also realised that keeping it clean is probably the best way we're going to get more places at the end of this race. So that is kind of the priority right now. We're going to try and be, have a controlled aggression about our driving and try and be a little bit more clinical if we're trying to make overtakes compared to lap 8 with UK Beast Assassin, as Jensen is still leading this race, and I was feeling that we could have challenged him. We were probably, I felt like we were the second quickest guy on the track behind Jensen, but we can put it to the test right now as we skip to lap 16, the end of lap 16. We're not really making any places, and the reason for that is it's hard to overtake, as hang on, Kevin is going really slowly for some reason, and that is another free position.
Don't know what that was, but thanks.
And you can hear my brilliant reaction once again as we get past the Haas. He actually went off at turn 1 as you can see on the minimap on the bottom left corner of your screen. So another free position, and that is us up into P12, and we are looking to keep pushing as we've got DRS online now as we skip to lap 18, and you know, we're just chilling in P12. We've got a DRS train forming, but Zaki's beast spins round.
Oh my god. Sheesh. That was very lucky. Oh my Jesus.
And we have had a very narrow escape there. Zaki's beast lost the rear end at the exit at turn 2, and somehow we managed to ghost through him instead of crashing into him, and that has elevated us another position up into P11, and that is a very, very lucky escape. But we've got some fighting in front of us. You can hear in the background saying that we've lost track to those in front with DRS, and it's mainly because these two, LP Smoke and SLR Liam, are fighting each other quite a bit, as Smoke is looking to get past the Alpine round the outside going into turn 11, and he can't quite make the work. But we are starting to drop back from the rest of the field, and at this point I'm thinking P9 might be our best position for the day, as Smoke gets past Liam before turn 1, and Liam's got no DRS and we do, so, and he goes a little bit wide at turn 2, and that should be a very easy opportunity for us to get past, and that's exactly what we do. And it's taken quite a while, a little bit longer than I would have liked, but we are in to the top 10. We are back in the points paying positions, and we are currently scoring 1 point in his Australian Grand Prix. And next up is LP Smoke, and we are looking to get past him as well, as there's yellow flags behind us for whatever reason. But it's not going to be easy because DRS is so powerful around here. As, oh hang on, Smoke has spun, and you can hear me in the background saying another one. Smoke has spun at the exit of turn 2. Turn 2 seems to be catching out quite a few drivers, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's a battle of attrition here, and we are just keeping on the track, and we are up into P9 as we skip to lap 21. We have actually drained the battery, and at this point it's not looking good for us. We're looking at P9, but that becomes P8 as VR46 has also spun out, and we're up into 8th place in this race. And now we've got Ellis and Shirt Medal fighting in front of us, and they've got penalties. So right now we're looking at a net P6, which ain't too bad, as yeah, I can confirm we did get a warning on lap 21. We were a bit overzealous at turn 1, but as we skip to lap 23, Ellis and Medal are going side by side, and it could be a very nice move from the AlphaTauri, and he has made it work. It's a very nice move, but unfortunately for him, he's about to get another penalty here as we come through this right-hander. Very easy to go wide, and there you go. He's got 11 seconds of penalties, and Medal is going really slowly. I checked to see if he's got damage on his car, but it turns out he's completely fine. He's got no ARS, and we're going to try and drain the battery to get past him. Bennett is out of the race, and that has caused a safety car.
You're joking. Just as when I was going to overtake the geezer. But another one. Oh god. I had a feeling I should have just drained the battery and just try and pass him, but I didn't do it. What is this? What is this pit lane shenanigans? Okay, we didn't lose the place, that's fine. But some serious pit lane shenanigans. We've got another chance in this race now. 9% worn though, that's a bit of a concern.
Dear Codemasters, fix the pit lane shenanigans. Even Jarno Opmeer had a problem around his very track with the pit lane shenanigans, but we are back in the race, and you can hear my amused reaction to the safety car being deployed the minute we're trying to pass Medal. But we've got to focus on the restart. We've got 3 laps to gain as many places as possible. We've got Smoke gone already, and you can hear my reaction there being like, oh, Smoke is gone already. He was 2nd place, and he had quite a couple of penalties as well, so he was going to be causing quite a bit of chaos, but that has given Jensen the breathing room that he has needed to go on and win this race. He's been absolutely dominant this weekend, but we are going to see if we could gain as many places as possible. The tyres are 9% worn when I pitted, so we don't really have the freshest tyres, but let's see if we can make it happen.
Okay, if we can pass Medal and Levy, we might get back on the podium, but it's going to be really close.
So you can hear me say, if we could pass Medal and Levy King in front of us, we could have a chance to get back on the podium. As you can see here, We are making Medal take a tighter line through the chicane, and as a result, we are all over the back of the Ferrari. We're going to drain the battery, and remember what happened 20 laps ago. We're going to run it back here. We're going to send it up the inside, and Medal leaves the space compared to Assassin. And here we go. We're still side by side, but we get the inside line, and we are through.
Okay, it might not be a podium then. Actually, hold the phone.
Okay, clear.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Right, that's fine. He's got a penalty.
So, on to the last lap. There is still chaos unfolding in front of us as Riggsy had a moment at the exit of the last corner. We tried to pass him. Well, we did pass him, but he just mugged us off on the switchback. But just like Saudi Arabia, we're just going to sit behind him because he's got 6 seconds of penalties, and we just want to keep it clean for the rest of the race. So here we go. At the end of lap 29, it's been a chaotic race once again in Division 1 as Jensen takes his first win of the season in dominant fashion. And we have to keep pushing here because we can still benefit from penalties in front of us. But at the end of the day, it is going to be P4.
You know what? We'll fucking take that. We will fucking take that. We beat Assassin as well. Let's go. Let's go, boys. We'll fucking take those.
And as you can hear with the language, apologies for the language, but you can hear I am pretty damn happy with that drive. Went from P14 to P4 on a track that is difficult to overtake, and we kept it clean. And Levy King gets driver of the day, and that is well deserved. He went from P12 to P2, but it's all about this man, ETSR Jensen, who came close to winning in Saudi Arabia last time out, and he's won here in dominant fashion. And we finished P4 with a drive that is probably our best drive so far this season, my best drive since turning off the racing line. And it just shows that we are slowly getting stronger and stronger each race, and the mentality was there as well. We didn't give up or complain about it like we have in most recent races, but that is not the end of the story. As you can see here, we have been reported for resetting to track after the collision with UK Beast Assassin, and I didn't really have many legs to stand on. I couldn't really appeal it, so it was caught on the actual stream as well, so that's why I didn't really have much leg to stand on. And unfortunately, we were given a 10-second penalty for that and 3 license points to our name, and we've been demoted to P9, which is an absolute kick in the teeth, and it was very frustrating as we've lost 10 points here today, and we could have been third in the championship on 38 points if we did not reset to track and kept the P4, but instead we are P5 on 28 points, 24 points behind UK Beast Assassin, which is an absolute kick in the teeth. A really deflating way to end this episode of League Racing. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty frustrating, and we are 6th in the Constructors as well. So, yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes. Imola is going to be next for the sprint weekend, and we need a big result to kickstart our title charge. But until then, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.